What is up, guys? It is Vandy. Welcome to the jungle. Today we're actually gonna have another video. This will be my Advanced Warfare wish list, and put in some clips and additional things to help I see what is good and what I'm trying to explain. So first, let's go ahead and start it out. Hold on, let me pull open my little thing. Um, let's just talk about campaign really shortly. I have no desires for playing campaign. I don't really care about it too much, but I've never been a fan of campaign in any CODs really, except like MW2 and maybe COD 4. I saw the 9-minute trailer for the Advanced Warfare 1. The graphics looked insane. I know it was on the 1, but still looked insane. And this year's campaign seems much more advanced and real. So who knows? I might actually play the campaign, and Dude from House of Cards is in it, so looks pretty cool. But I'm definitely looking forward to Advanced Warfare's campaign for the first time since MW2 probably. Co-op wise, because I heard they're gonna have a co-op game mode that I saw. I might have a picture on the screen, but Michael Condrey actually teased us with a co-op low game mode thing, and I've never really been a fan of co-op game modes. I didn't really like that survival thing that MW3 had. That was terrible. I've never liked Borderlands kinds of games or any like Dead Rising, I guess. I mean, I haven't really played them too much, so I played Borderlands once and I freaking hated it. And I hated the extinction in Ghost. I mean, some people liked it, but I thought it was completely ass. But the only somewhat co-op game that I ever played was Zombies, and Blobs 2, Blobs 1, and World at War. But that's really if they can make anything that's actually fun and more interactive and not as freaking dumb, then maybe I might play it. So let's go and get into multiplayer. So pubs, not a big pubs player. But I have dabbled in pubs in every COD, just like in the beginning of the game. Sometimes throughout it, just trying to record a video, whatever. And I played a lot of it, but not too much. I played pubs in COD Ghosts. It was probably the worst pub and match experience I ever had. It was completely god-awful. I hated Call of Duty Ghost pubs. The spawns were terrible. The guns at first were not that good. The game modes were very bad. They had a very short list of game modes, and the gameplay was also very bad. Everything was so slow. Blobs 2 was so fast. Well, not so fast, but it was a good pace, and you could tell they actually measured like the pace in the maps and what they were doing. But the gameplay was very slow, and the game itself was not enjoyable playing at all, or rewarding whatsoever. So like prestiging, it was not that fun. Really anything. So Sledgehammer definitely needs to work on their public match setting. Definitely not too much. And I've always wanted to be the next we're gonna talk about competitive, but I've always wanted to have a League of Legends kind of game where the pros play with the pub players play, and the pub players play with what the pros play. And I feel like that would just make the game more enjoyable, because pub players always complain, these pros are like banning all this shit. They aren't playing the real game. They're pussies. They aren't playing the real game, and it's dumb. And they feel like it's unfair for them to be called pros when they're playing a simplified version of the game. But then esports players complain that pub stars get big for playing these random pub matches against these terrible freaking people. I mean, it'd be a good way to fusion those together and see how it worked, but it's probably not going to happen in this game, but I definitely see it happening in the future, because even the pub YouTubers talk about how they would rather have that and how they feel like they're degraded and all that kind of stuff. But now let's get into esports. Now, I have a lot of complaints about Call of Duty Ghosts, but that's for a different video. We're going to have like a year in review video, I think, later. But that's for a different video. COD Esports is not in a good state right now. After a bad game, this is kind of like the same feeling I had during MW3. Maybe even worse. But where it's just like, this game is terrible. There's nothing else to do. I mean, we have... Oh, God. This game was just so dull playing it. I don't know what it was. Just it was so dull. And It was not fun to play at all. But we cannot have another terrible game like we did this game, because it will just put us backwards, and that's really the last place we need to go, is backwards, for an esports scene trying to grow. So we'll leave those complaints for later, but all I gotta say is that we cannot have another bad game, or else it will not put us in a good place, and we'll just keep going backwards, because I feel like this game, it may have helped us, but it did not help us in any shape or way that Blops 2 helped us. But anyway, so now we're going to first talk about the game modes. We need Blops 2 competitive game modes. We need Hardpoint, CTF, or Hardpoint, or some kind of King of the Hill based game mode. If you go back to Halo, Gears of War, I'm going to show some things. You will see how Halo and Gears use those kinds of game modes in esports, and how rewarding it was, how much strategy went involved into it. Same thing in Blops 2. There was so much strategy and thinking that went into Hardpoint. You have to know when to rotate, when your anchor's supposed to rotate, when each individual player is supposed to rotate, how long you're supposed to stay in the hill, how to set up for that hill, how many people you're supposed to have out, how many people you're supposed to have in, which kind of players you need in the Hardpoint, and what kill streaks to use for certain situations. Just so much was involved in Hardpoint, and I just feel like we need that, and it benefited the better team. It was every game of Hardpoint was won by the better team, unless somebody got a really bullshit spawn, which kind of happened after that one patch, but then it got fixed pretty early. But we need Hardpoint or some King of the Hill based game mode to come back to competitive. It really is the most skill-based competitive game mode in Call of Duty history, and it definitely needs to come back. Now, Capture the Flag, also, it's a non-fluky game mode. That rewards the team who plays it best. Again, you have to balance the spawns out. You can't push too heavy with 3 people pushing their flag, or else you'll be kind of screwed, but you also can't sit back too much, or else you won't have enough pressure on their flag. You have to know when to pressure the spawns, when to get off the spawns. And Infinity Ward tried to explain how Blitz was the next competitive, or it was the future of competitive CTF. It was god awful. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Blitz. What kind of game mode? What kind of competitive game? If you had told people in COD 4 that they'd be hopping in a freaking portal to get caps, and that you can't hop in the portal if somebody's on it. Sometimes you'll be on the portal, and somebody will still kill you before you get the cap, and somebody will kill you while you're going through it. There's just so many things that can cause, there's so many fluky things that can happen in Blitz that can cause you to lose the game. It's ridiculous, and you should not have to rely on a portal to get you points. It's a portal. There's so many things that can go wrong. It's ridiculous. And the spawns are absolutely terrible on Blitz. You can be pinching on both sides, and you think, hey, they spawned at their base. But no, we almost lost an online qualifier because we were playing Warhawk Blitz. We were pressuring Antique side. We were pinching from both sides. They spawn all the way at bar, our own spawn almost. They spawn all the way at bar and get 2 caps and tie the game. We could have won that game easily. And we weren't pinching hard on both sides. They still had room to spawn on their flag, or on their portal. But that's for another conversation. But Blitz was not fun to play, and it did not reward the better playing team. And I feel like we need CTF to come back, just because it's less fluky. That's all it is. And you get to see big moments like, again, Hardpoint and CTF are the most fun game modes we've ever seen. We get to see moments like the Nihil capture, or the Nihil kill on JCap and all that. And we got to see the Optic Van. There's so many other insane moments in CTF. The Aches capture against Impact and MLG Anaheim. So many awesome moments happened in Blops 2 and CTF. And then in Hardpoint, like the Epsilon versus Impact game, so many freaking amazing games came out of Blops 2. It was so fun to watch. And now let's move on to Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy needs to stay, no other arguments. And I don't know what else to say. Search and destroy needs to stay. You can't take away search and destroy. One of the more fun game modes to watch. It's like another meta all by itself, just because the fact you can't respawn, and it really creates a challenging rift when practicing. So it's fun. It's challenging. Takes a lot of strategy, and there is a lot of timing that was involved in COD Ghost. Anyway, they can make the maps more symmetrical, less asymmetrical, and really build more teamwork into the maps instead of like small lanes and 1v1 things. That it will create less timing issues, but still timing will still always exist in Search and Destroy. So next, I want to talk about league play or a rank system. We need to have league play return or some kind of skill-based ranked system, like League of Legends, because that itself caused a huge upsurge in Black Ops 2 esports. It helped out the scene so much, especially in the later parts of the game. The view counts of streams and everything was out the roof. People would be grinding weeks just to get number 1 on the master rank or whatever, and it was fun, but Blops 2 didn't really make it like League of Legends. They didn't, like, I don't know, it needs to reward the better playing team, and they need to get the pros in some way to have them be in the top. I don't know, just some way to balance, to actually have the people who are at the top be at the top, and get some way, and create some initiative for the pros to play it, like League of Legends. So yeah, we need to, I don't know, it just helped out the scene so much. I feel like it was fun for me, because when you're not playing COD Ghost, when you're not scrimming, you're like, okay, let's play 8s. You know how long it takes to find 8s lobby in this game? People don't want to play this game. I see more 8s lobbies for Blops 2 and on the Xbox One rather than for the 360 and Ghost. You'll see about somebody tweeting out for 8s every 20 minutes, or 10 minutes. And it's pretty ridiculous, and I remember in Blops 2, it was a fun game to play 8s in, but you also had league play. You could just hop in a league play game before a scrim, league play game between scrims, after scrims. It was quick. You didn't need to search something. You didn't need to add somebody. All you do is play it, and it was skill-based, and it was fun to play, and it was just good practice. So anyways, rules and restrictions. I love the way I love the Blops 2 create a class system. I don't think quick draw needs to be 3 points like it is in Ghost. It's just ridiculous. But kill streaks need to come back. It's more fun for the viewer, and I feel like it builds more strategy into the game. I thought I was completely opposed to kill streaks being in Blops 2. I remember when HShot put out a video saying it would be awesome and it creates more strategy. I didn't believe him at all. I thought it would just be bullshit. But I didn't know the kill streaks would actually impact the game that much. And it was just so fun and so much strategy involved. It really did help out game modes and make it a little bit more fun and more exciting to watch. But they need to create a class like Blops 2 to come back where you can have wild cards and you can kind of pick which thing you want to overuse. And as long if we can have less bans than we did Blops 2 and Ghost, that'd be awesome. I'd like to have a less of a gap in between pubs and competitive. If we can just agree to disagree, but agree on some things, I feel like we'd be able to actually have this game be played universally with one rule set by a lot of people, and I feel like that would just be awesome. But it may not happen in this game, but I just hope it happens soon. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Advanced Warfare wishlist video. If you have a comment, make sure to leave a comment. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like. If you want to show it to your friends, tweet it out. I'm Vandy. I'll see you guys later. Peace.